Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony's twins had a typical childhood inside their blended family dynamic. When people think about celebrity families, they often imagine a life filled with luxury, glamour, and endless privilege. But behind the red carpets and flashing cameras, many celebrity children grow up navigating something far more complex: fame, separation, blended families, and public attention. Today's story is about the twins of global superstar Jennifer Lopez and music legend Marc Anthony. Max and Emmy were born into one of the most famous couples in entertainment. From the moment they arrived, their lives were anything but ordinary. Over the years, their parents went through a high-profile divorce, new marriages, and evolving family dynamics that eventually created a modern blended family unlike most. Yet despite all the changes, Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony have consistently emphasized one thing: putting their children first. So what exactly was atypical about Max and Emmy's childhood? How did Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony navigate parenting after divorce? And how does their blended family actually work today? Let's take a deep look inside the unique upbringing of Max and Emmy. In February 2008, Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony welcomed twins into the world: Maximilian Max David Muniz and Emmy Maribel Muniz. Their birth instantly became global news. At the time, Jennifer Lopez was already one of the biggest stars on the planet, an actress, singer, dancer, and entrepreneur with massive cultural influence. Marc Anthony was also a superstar in his own right, known as one of the most successful Latin music artists of all time. When the twins were born, media attention exploded. In fact, the first photos of Max and Emmy reportedly sold for millions of dollars, one of the most expensive celebrity baby photo deals ever at the time. From day one, their lives were surrounded by cameras. But Jennifer Lopez has often said that despite the attention, she tried hard to create a normal home environment for them. She wanted them to grow up with love, stability, and strong values, not just fame. And for the first few years of their lives, that's exactly what it seemed like. Jennifer and Marc appeared to be a power couple balancing careers and family life together. But things would soon change. In 2011, Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony shocked fans by announcing their separation after 7 years of marriage. At the time, Max and Emmy were only 3 years old. For any family, divorce can be a huge adjustment. But for celebrity families, the challenges are even greater. Not only do parents have to manage emotional transitions for their children, but they must do so under constant public scrutiny. Jennifer Lopez later admitted that the divorce was one of the hardest periods of her life. She described it as painful, confusing, and emotionally draining. But she also made it clear that her biggest priority during that time was protecting her children. Instead of allowing the separation to create conflict, Jennifer and Marc focused on building a strong co-parenting relationship. They worked together to make sure Max and Emmy felt supported by both parents. And that decision would shape the twins' childhood in a very unusual way. Because even after the divorce, Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony stayed incredibly close. They continued to attend school events together. They supported each other's careers. And they made it clear that family still came first. Jennifer Lopez has openly said that Max and Emmy had an atypical childhood. But what exactly did she mean by that? First, there's the obvious factor: fame. Most children grow up far away from the spotlight. But Max and Emmy grew up traveling around the world with one of the most famous entertainers alive. They visited movie sets. They went backstage at concerts. They appeared at award shows. They saw their mother perform in massive stadiums filled with thousands of fans. For many kids, that would feel surreal. But for Max and Emmy, it became normal. Second, there was the structure of their family. Unlike traditional households, Max and Emmy grew up with multiple parental figures. After Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony divorced, both of them entered new relationships. Jennifer Lopez would later date and become engaged to former baseball star Alex Rodriguez. Marc Anthony also had several relationships and eventually remarried. That meant the twins grew up around step-parents, step-siblings, and extended family members. Their family tree became complex. But according to Jennifer Lopez, that complexity actually brought more love into their lives. One of the most fascinating aspects of Max and Emmy's upbringing is how their family expanded over time. When Jennifer Lopez began dating Alex Rodriguez, He also had children from a previous relationship. Suddenly, Max and Emmy gained step-siblings. Instead of separating the families, Jennifer and Alex chose to fully blend them together. They took vacations together. They celebrated holidays as one big group. Jennifer often shared photos of family dinners, birthday parties, and school events involving all the kids. Even more surprising was how well Marc Anthony remained connected to the family dynamic. Despite the divorce, he maintained a respectful relationship with Jennifer. At times, they even worked together professionally after their split. Jennifer has said that maintaining harmony between parents was extremely important for the twins. She didn't want them to feel caught between two worlds. Instead, she wanted them to feel like they had one extended family. Growing up as the child of a global superstar can come with enormous pressure. But Jennifer Lopez has always tried to keep her children grounded. She has spoken publicly about teaching them humility, gratitude, and discipline. Despite their wealth and fame, Max and Emmy were expected to follow normal rules. They had chores. They had school responsibilities. They had boundaries with technology and social media. Jennifer has often said she wants her children to understand the value of hard work. At the same time, she also encourages them to explore their own passions. And in the case of Emmy, that passion has clearly been music. In 2020, Emmy stunned audiences when she joined her mother on stage during the Super Bowl halftime show. Performing in front of millions of viewers worldwide, she displayed confidence and talent far beyond her years. For Jennifer Lopez, it was an emotional moment, not just as a performer, but as a mother watching her child shine. Marc Anthony has also remained deeply involved in his children's lives. Even though he and Jennifer Lopez separated years ago, he continues to prioritize his relationship with Max and Emmy. Marc has spoken about how important fatherhood is to him. He has several children, but he has emphasized that each one plays a special role in his life. For Max and Emmy, having two successful parents could have created distance. But instead, both Jennifer and Marc made consistent efforts to stay present. They attended important milestones. They communicated regularly. And they supported each other's parenting decisions. This cooperative approach is one reason their family dynamic has worked so well in 2021. Jennifer Lopez's personal life took another major turn when she reunited with actor Ben Affleck. Their relationship, famously nicknamed Benifer in the early 2000s, captured global attention. When they rekindled their romance nearly 2 decades later, it once again reshaped the family dynamic. Ben Affleck also has 3 children from his